Hey guys, so today I'm filming a very exciting video. I'm going to be filming my 6-month update for my makeup inventory of 2017. I have done several makeup inventories over the past couple years. I'll have them all linked down below in case you are just interested in seeing that. And last year I decided to do a 6-month update because my collection changes so much throughout the year thanks to project panning, but unfortunately also thanks to hauling, my numbers change. So in some categories I've really improved. I've used up a good amount of products or decluttered some things, and in other categories I've done worse and now I own more than last time. So the way that I do my inventories is that I flip the camera around so I'm actually showing you guys all of my products, and that way you can also see basically everything that I own in my collection in detail in case you're interested in that. And I don't need to give you the whole spiel about how I have a big collection, more than the average person, blah blah blah. So if you guys would like to see my 6-month update of my makeup inventory for 2017, then just keep watching. For primers, I currently have 6. At my last update I also had 6, but I have used up some of those and I've gotten some new ones. So the primers that I currently have would be the Lorac Perfection Mattifying Face Primer. I also have on the end the Boots Expert Instant Matte. That is a liquid mattifying product. Those are my only full-size primers. The rest of these are deluxe sample size. I have the Lancome Le Base Pro, the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance in Radiant Yellow, Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer, and the Benefit Professional Primer. My ideal number for this category would be to have 2 primers, one for mattifying and one for pore filling. For foundation, I currently have 8. At my last update, I had 6, so I have done worse in this category. I was able to use up a couple foundations, but I repurchased a few, and I actually received a bunch for free. So I have a lot of brand new foundations. So I have the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation, Estee Lauder Double Wear, the Hard Cane Glamoflague in 2 different shades, CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream, L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation, number 7 Beautifully Matte, and the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation. My ideal number for this category would be 3 foundations. I always want to have the Estee Lauder Double Wear and the Hard Canning Glamoflague in Porcelain as my go-to, but then I want to also be testing out a different foundation. For concealer, I currently have 7. At my last update, I had 6, so I have done worse in this category. I have used up a few concealers, but I've also gotten some new ones as well. I have the MAC Studio Finish Concealer, which I use to help fill in my forehead wrinkles and clean up eyeshadow. I have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which I use for blemishes, the Lorac Perfection Concealer in the shade Light, which I use to correct under my eyes, the Kat Von D Lock It Concealer Cream in the Whiteout shade to help mix in and lighten other concealers, Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which I'm using under my eyes, and then I have 2 unopened NYX HD concealers in 2 different shades. My ideal number for this category would be to have 3 concealers. I love having those 2 MAC concealers and then be testing out 1 for the under eye. For powder, I currently have 4. At my last update, I had 6, so I have improved in this category. I have the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, which I use as my touch-up powder, my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder, which I use to set my entire face, the RCMA No Color Powder, and then I also have this Dermablend Loose Powder that I have not used yet and waiting until I finish the RCMA. My ideal number for this category would be to either have 3 or 4 powders. I would like to have 1 touch-up, 1 face powder, and either 1 or 2 under eye setting powders. For bronzer, I currently have 4. At my last update, I had 5, so I have improved in this category. I did declutter my ColourPop bronzer. So the bronzers I currently have in my collection would be the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, the Milani Matte Baked Bronzer in the shade Sunset, Benefit Hoola, and the Revlon Photo Ready Bronzer in Bronzed and Chic. My ideal number for this category would be 4. I love having these 4 bronzers because I use each of these in a different season of the year. So I am totally satisfied having all 4 of these bronzers. For contours, I currently have 6 individuals and 2 in palettes. At my last update, I had 7 individuals and 2 in palettes, so I have improved in this category. I did get rid of my ColourPop bronzer I was using to contour. So the contours I currently have in my collection would be the Milani Matte Baked Bronzer in Sienna, Sleek Contour Kit in Light, the Balm's Bahama Mama, MAC Sculpting Powder in the shade Sculpt, the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe, and the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. My ideal number for this category would be 4. I would like to always have in my collection the Milani, Sleek, the Balm, and the NYX. These are good, but I don't love them as much as I love these other 4. And again, I use each of these in a particular season of the year, so they do all get great use from me. For cream blush, I currently have 0. At my last update, I had 2. I decluttered the Lancome and I threw out the Sleek. And my ideal number for this category is to have 0. I just never use cream blushes. For ColourPop blushes, I currently have 8. At my last update, I had 8, so I have stayed the same in this category, and I do not have an ideal number for this category. For powder blush, I currently have 35 individuals and 3 in palettes. At my last update, I had 37 individuals and 3 in palettes, so I have definitely improved in this category, which is very exciting. I did end up decluttering quite a few blushes. Since my last update, I have gotten 2 new blushes, so I thought I would share them with you. I have Becca's Songbird, which is actually a blush I've had for a while, but it was in my declutter pile, and I decided to pull it out and use it, and I actually really enjoy this, so this is going back in my collection. And then I have the MAC Powder Blush in Sugar or Syrup, which was limited edition with the Steve J and Yanni P collection. And obviously these are not all of my blushes, it's just to show you an example of the kind of brands that I have in my collection. I have a blush from e.l.f., Tarte, Clinique, Becca, Benefit, MAC, Sonia Kashuk, and Makeup Geek. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For highlighters, I currently have 7 individuals and 2 in palettes. At my last update, I had 5 individuals and 2 in palettes, so I have done worse in this category. The newest ones that I've gotten since my last update would be these 2 Pixie highlighters. So the highlighters I currently have in my collection would be the Estee Lauder Pure Color Gelée in Heatwave, the Balm Mary Luminizer, the Pixie and Aspen Ovard highlighter in London Luster, Becca's Pearl, MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Superb, the Pixie Rose Gold Duo, and a mini size of Becca's Opal. My ideal number for this category would be 3 highlights. I really love having the Estee Lauder because it is gold, the Balm Mary Luminizer because it is a champagne, and MAC Superb because it's a little bit more pinky tone, so I am able to cover all of the tones there. But if I could only have one highlight, I would definitely choose the Balm Mary Luminizer. That is my favorite and I think looks good all year round. And my last category for face would be facial sprays. I'm pretty sure I forgot to film this part last update, but I did write down how many that I had. So I currently have 5 facial sprays. At my last update, I had 3, so I have done worse in this category. I received all 4 of these Pixie facial sprays. I have the Makeup Fixing Mist, the Glow Mist, Hydrating Milky Mist, and the Vitamin Makeup Mist. I don't exactly have an ideal number for this category, but I would like to work through all of these products because I just don't love facial sprays. Moving on to brow products. For brow wax, I currently have 1. At my last update, I also had 1. I have the NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. My ideal number for this category is to just have the 1 NYX. For brow pencil, I currently have 2. At my last update, I had 1, so I have done worse in this category. I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe and the Benefit Goof Proof Eyebrow Pencil in the shade number 2. My ideal number for this category is to have 2. I am always wanting to have the trusty NYX Microbrow, but then I also want to be testing out something different, so I'm okay with the fact that my numbers have gone up a little bit. Next, for brow pomade, I currently have 3. At my last update, I had 4, so I have improved in this category. I did use up the little sample size of the Benefit Brow Pomade. I currently have the Anastasia Dip Brow in Taupe, the Milani Brow Pomade in Natural Taupe, and the NYX Eyebrow Gel in Taupe. My ideal number for this category would be to have 0. I just don't enjoy brow pomades. For brow powder, I currently had 2. At my last update, I also had 2, so I have stayed the same in this category. I have the Lorac Take a Brow Kit in Blonde and the MAC eyeshadow in Omega. My ideal number for this category is 2. I love having both of these options because Lorac is more warm tone and the MAC is more cool tone. For brow highlight, I currently have 0. At my last update, I also had 0, so I've stayed the same in this category. And my ideal number for this category would be either to have 0 or 1. And lastly, for brow gel, I currently have 2. At my last update, I had 3, so I have improved in this category. I have the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Blonde and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. My ideal number for this category would be to have 2. I would like to have 1 tinted and 1 clear option. So I'm very, very happy that these are the only brow products that I have. Very content with these numbers. Moving on to eye products. For eye primer, I currently have 1. At my last update, I also had 1. I currently have the Jessie's Girl eyeshadow primer. At my last update, I had the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, which I have since used up. My ideal number for this category is just to have 1 eye primer. For cream eyeshadow pots, I currently have 12. At my last update, I also had 12, so I've stayed the same in this category. I have a bunch of Maybelline color tattoos, and then I have 1 MAC paint pot. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For cream eyeshadow pencils, I currently have 10. At my last update, I also have 10. So I've stayed the same in this category, and I still have all the same colors, I believe. I have several shades of the Milani Shadow Eyes pencils. I have one of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow pencils, a Mally Shadow Stick Extra, and a little mini Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For ColourPop Super Shock Shadows, I currently have 46. At my last update, I had 39, so I have definitely done worse in this category. Even though I've got rid of a couple of them, I've just purchased a lot more. But I do not have an ideal number for this category, and these are just a few of the different shades that I have. For single eyeshadows, I currently have 15. At my last update, I had 17, so I have improved in this category. I have decluttered a couple single eyeshadows. So for the ones that I currently have in my collection, I have 3 MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadows, 1 MAC Color Drench Pigment, a L'Oreal Infallible, a Prestige Total Intensity eyeshadow, 2 Clinique singles, a NYX eyeshadow single, Makeup Geek Pigment in Utopia, a CQ single, and 3 different single shadows from Urban Decay, as well as a sample of a Makeup Forever Artist eyeshadow. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For trios, quads, and small palettes, I currently have 7. At my last update, I also had 7, so I've stayed the same in this category. I have some palettes from Wet n Wild Alme and the Maybelline Eye Studio Quads. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For large eyeshadow palettes, I currently have 24. At my last update, I had 21. So I have gotten rid of a few palettes, but I've also brought in quite a few more, and I have done worse in this category. These are just a few of the palettes that I have. I do plan on doing an updated palette collection video in a couple months. I have the Pure Cosmetics Trolls palette, Too Faced Sweet Peach, my MAC eyeshadow palette, Urban Decay Naked 2, and the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For pencil eyeliner, I currently have 12. At my last update, I also had 12, so I have stayed the same in this category. But I did get 1 new eyeliner. And my new liner is the Urban Decay 24/7 liner from the Jean-Michel Basquiat collection in the shade Anatomy, which is this matte rust shade. So the pencil liners I currently have in my collection are from Sephora, Marc Jacobs, Lorac, L'Oreal, ColourPop, Urban Decay, Sleek, and MAC. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For liquid liner, I currently had 2. At my last update, I had 4. So I have improved in this category and I have used up 2 liquid liners. The eyeliners I currently have in my collection would be the NYX White Liquid Liner and the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Liquid Liner. For gel liners, I currently have 4. At my last update, I also had 4, so I've stayed the same in this category. I have 4 different colors of the ColourPop Cream Gel colors. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For mascara, I currently have 8. At my last update, I had 10, so I have improved in this category. I have 5 deluxe size mascaras and I have 3 full size mascaras. Only 2 of these are open currently, which would be the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Then I also have the Lancome Definicils, the It Cosmetics Superhero, the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye mascara, and in the full size I have Maybelline Falsies, Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes, and the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. I do not have an ideal number for this category. I just don't want to have more than 2 or 3 open at a time. Moving on to lips, for lip liner, I currently have 12. At my last update, I had 11, so I have done worse in this category. Since my last update, I purchased the ColourPop Lippie Pencil in the shade Birdie. In my collection, I currently have the Milani Anti-Feathering Clear Lip Liner, the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light, which is to be used as a reverse lip liner, and then I have a bunch of different colors of ColourPop lip liners because they are my favorite. I do not have an ideal number for this category. For lipsticks, I currently have 24. At my last update, I had 23, so I have done worse in this category. I have decluttered quite a few lipsticks, but I've also gotten a bunch of new ones as well. So I have quite a few of the Maybelline Creamy Matte lipsticks, a CoverGirl Katy Kat Matte, some of the Milani Moisture Mattes, a Revlon Super Lustrous, 6 of the MAC Sheen Supremes, 3 of the Urban Decay Revolution lipsticks, an Urban Decay Vice lipstick, Clinique Soft Matte lipstick, and one of the NARS Audacious lipsticks. I do not have an ideal number for this category, but I also do not want to overgrow this storage, so I guess that would make my ideal number 24. For ColourPop Lippie Sticks, I currently have 18. At my last update, I had 24, so I've definitely improved in this category. I have decluttered quite a few shades, which makes me very happy, and I do not have an ideal number for this category. For Jumbo Lip Crayon, I currently have 10. At my last update, I had 12, so I have improved in this category. I have decluttered a couple of shades. So I currently have 2 of the Tarte Matte Lip Surgeons. I also have 2 of the Nude Stix Mini Lip Pencils. I have 4 shades of the MAC Patent Polish Lip Pencils, 1 of the Maybelline Baby Lips Crayons, and 1 Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm. I do not have an ideal number for this category, but I do not want to overgrow the storage, which shouldn't be happening anytime soon. Next, for liquid lipsticks, I currently have 20. At my last update, I had 18, so I have done worse in this category. I have liquid lipsticks from Anastasia, Kat Von D, the Too Faced Melted Matte, a Sephora Cream Lip Stain, 3 of the Jouer liquid lipsticks, a mini Tarte Tartiste, a mini from Kat Von D, a mini from Smashbox, 2 minis of the Stylist Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, 2 from Dose of Colors, and 1 of the Milani Amore matte lip creams. I do not have an ideal number for this category, but I also don't really want to overgrow this storage. For my ColourPop Ultra Matte and Ultra Satin liquid lipsticks, I currently have 15. At my last update, I had 23, so I have definitely improved in this category. I have unfortunately tossed many of these shades, but I do not have an ideal number for this category. My last lip product category is a lip gloss. I currently have 19. At my last update, I had 22, so I have definitely improved in this category. I have gotten rid of a couple shades. So the lip glosses I currently have in my collection would be several NYX Butter Glosses, a Too Faced Sweet Peach Gloss, 3 of the Anastasia glosses. I have 2 from ColourPop. I have 2 Buxom Minis. I have 1 Buxom full-size full-on lip polish and 2 full-size Buxom full-on lip creams. I do not have an ideal number for this category, but I also do not want to overgrow this storage. So guys, for my total numbers, I have improved in 14 categories. I've stayed the same in 11 categories, and I have done worse in 10 categories. So guys, that was my 6-month update for my makeup inventory 2017. If you guys have this video on your channel, let me know in the comments, and I would also love it if you guys left me your numbers in the comments if you don't make videos, and maybe you guys can help me feel better a little bit about my huge collection, or maybe you guys are really awesome and you have a minimal collection, which I really applaud people that can do that, but that's just not for me. And I would just be really curious to know your numbers. I'm such a super nosy person. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.